Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Bushcraft North of 60. It's been a while. I'm going to apologize ahead of time because work has been ridiculously busy. So right now we're at a survival course that we're putting on, myself and two other instructors, which is part of an even bigger course. We're doing a great big boot camp here for a rather large client, so that's fun. I'm not going to show you any videos of them because that's not kosher, we'll say, and don't want to step on any toes or privacy things. Yeah, so they're doing all kinds of fun stuff. I've been teaching them snowmobile courses. What else did we do so far? Like just started this week. Skid control, that's another fun one. Some of the other fellows are doing aircraft safety and operations around aircraft today with some of them. Like they're a bunch of different groups that we rotate through. They've got ice rescue, all kinds of cool stuff. This is probably one of my favorite ones though, the survival course. So yeah, we get to hang out places like this. This is what they'll be building on night 2. You saw me do this one last year, but the camera didn't last long. Now I've got a little battery pack with me that I can hopefully jump it up a little bit. Got my snowmobile here, the old Tundra. That thing works pretty good. I'll try to get some more video for you off and on, but this is kind of where we're at in the boreal forest. Tonight they're making quinzees, or tonight, tomorrow morning. Takes a while with the little avalanche shovel. And then they'll build one of those tomorrow night. Yesterday was theory all day in the classroom, so 3 of us kind of tag team that. Went over a whole lot of cool stuff like priorities of survival, fundamentals of search and rescue, which is good for them to know about. You name it, and all that sort of fun stuff. So, and now we've got a snow advisory in effect, which is pretty rare up here. Just my footprints coming in. I had my skis here the other week when we had a course going on here. My hawks, I broke the binding on my hawk, which is bad. And it was about minus 42, minus 44. It was actually just outside our site here. Went to skiing to grab a bag I left behind that I figured I should probably actually have with me after all. And I went to buckle them up just to pull the strap across my foot, like my metatarsals. Bang. It's like rubbery plastic. And it was solid and shattered like glass. It was crazy. So they're sending one up, it looks like, which is good on them. I wasn't expecting to even get it. As long as they sold it, I'd be happy. But they just wanted my address and didn't ask for any payment. So good on Altai for that. But didn't get in time for this course, unfortunately. So yeah, we got our lean-to. Well, that's probably enough of me chinwag, and I'm going to take my axe. The nice thing is when you're an instructor on this course, you got a little bit of time in between. There's 3 of us here that are keeping eyes on folks and tracking things, helping them out, making sure nothing gets away on them, we'll say. It is a little cold. It's only minus 22 here today. Yesterday it was minus 40, so got to keep tabs on them. But I'll let you guys see what else transpires. Maybe I'll do a nice little kitchen up for me and my fellow workers here. Well, good morning, folks. There is my Tundra, a white one, and the work machine is the 550 fan sport, a little shorter one, the yellow one next to it, and works toboggan. But there's where we slept last night, myself and my fellow instructor. Maybe I'll show you around camp real quick here. Walled canvas tent. And no wood stove in this one, just to make things easier on us. We're busy looking after our kids, we'll say, our students. So we got a little kerosene heater in here. Not that we get any fumes from it, but if we did, we got some venting there. And there's a carbon monoxide detector in here. And my bunk, it's right there. And it's stinking hot in here today. So last week we were here like minus 30s, and today it's minus 2. So that brings up a whole other host of problems, especially with students doing physical work in the cold. Trying to wash out your pupils here. And this is post-breakfast. Still got to clean things up a little bit, but some gear. We go inside our ice fishing hut. This is where whatever instructor is on duty can be awake. I got to fill that up here in a second. Gets a little drippy, so got some tarps up here. Our food stores, some of our personal kit there. More goodies. a hard life sometimes, I tell you. So they're all being shown the lean-to that I showed you folks here at the beginning of this video, which was actually from last week. It's so cold here that my camera just stopped working. My phone died on me, so there we go. And there's some of their Quinzees. Some of them are better than others, but it's all their first Quinzees. So we got a few down there. Signal fire, for an example. Try not to mind the wind noise. And then we come to our camp, where the instructors hang out. Keep tabs on people. If we have any medical issues or anything like that, they come to us here. And yeah, if they need to get their gas topped up, so we do all that for them. It's an exercise and sleep deprivation as much as survival and a few other things, so we take care of that stuff for them. But yeah, I'll give you folks a little Quinzee tour here later. Well guys, it's lunchtime. You all know what that is. That's my favorite food group, Spam. Done on the Caro heater. I make some sandwiches, some crackers and Spam, a little bit of cheese. It's gonna be some kind of good. And when you're done, this is what you should end up with. We've got these nice crackers. What are they called? I can't remember now. Oh. Stoned wheat thins. So those on the bottom, some fried Spam a la kerosene heater, and then on top, I've sliced up some of these little baby bells and minis. So that is how an instructor eats on the course. Nothing but 5 stars. Well guys, real quick here, I'm going to show you another setup of one of my fellow instructors built last week. We did this course. He's ex-Army and he'll probably sleep in just about anything, but this worked out pretty good. Just a pretty simple A-frame debris shelter. Nice and cozy. I'd say he's got about 5 or 6 inches of foliage on the ground there, some boughs. Still pretty good. Yeah. They give us a nice tent, and the Army guys still want to sleep on the ground. Well, it's too bad you couldn't see the sky right now, because there's some pretty good aurora here, but the old iPhone SE is not going to cut the mustard. So, here is one of the students' Quinzees. Let me get my other glove on here so I can venture inside and show you. They're working on the Great Canadian Signal Fire, which they didn't do such a great Canadian job on last night, so we're laying down the law here tonight. If they don't get it sorted, they get extra duties. Alright, so make sure nothing's living in here. No? Okay. Let's go in. Alright. We're inside La Quinzee. You can see the shadows from my hand there. There is the doorway. Come on, focus, you can do it. There we go. And they didn't do too bad a job on this one. Seems like. They could have used a lot more boughs in here, so there's almost no insulation. But it's a lot bigger than the last one I made inside. You can get dressed and changed in here. Mine was big enough to crawl into, and that was it. So you can see these sticks here. Those are your basically depth gauges. So in our case, we teach people 18 inches with the snow we get up here. So your sticks come through 18 inches. And once you see sticks, stop digging, basically. They've also got these little holes or wells here where they would have had their candles last night. You don't have to have a candle, and obviously they're not going to last forever. And there is a breathing hole right there, so they don't suffocate. Yeah. Pretty cool. So this would have been a group of 2 slept in here last night. Most of our groups get partnered up into groups of 2. Sometimes people do it solo, sometimes groups of 3. I think we've got 1 group of 3 currently. 1 solo, and the rest are all in pairs. So the cool thing about the way we teach people to build quinzees, I've seen the military build them, that when you come in the door here on the ice or the ground level, that you just scoop right out in your living quarters. That's not so great. It was around -2 earlier today. It's supposed to get to -14 tonight. We got a bit of a heat wave coming through here. But if you can picture it, your living quarters, where you're going to be on your sleeping platform here, is about level with the top of the door. So you've got a cold sink. I know there's disputes both ways about how that works, but the students that don't do it definitely notice that there is not a great sleep to be had compared to the students that do put one in. So the proof is in the eating. Kind of cool though. If you've never been in one, that's what it looks like. Now back to our regularly scheduled festivities. They're going to be doing the Great Canadian Signal Fire here soon, so I'll see if I can grab a shot of that once we light that for you. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh. Well, here it is the next morning. Looks like everybody survived. So until next time, we'll see you folks from Bushcraft North of 60.